Welcome to another episode of the Pet Atlanta podcast. I'm your host, Wayne, and this is...
I'm Lita.
I forgot my name real quick, that quick. All right, so today on the hot seat, we have two of our very best friends. Two very influential gentlemen who are...
Definitely.
...taking the grooming industry by storm, right?
Period.
All right, so we got them at the round table. I want you to go ahead and introduce yourselves. We have Duke on my left, and then we have Reggie on my right. So, gentlemen, who's gonna go first? Let's see.
Who's ready?
Rock, paper, scissors. No.
My name is Duke. I live in Chicago. I am a competitive dog groomer, pet stylist, and I like to consider myself an influential community leader.
For sure.
Definitely are. But my name is Reggie. I'm from South Florida. I live in Dallas now. Same as Duke. I haven't gotten in the ring, but I'm about to be a competitive groomer. And I consider myself a pet influencer and a leader in this community, you know. And my good friends that's over Pet Atlanta, you know, I wanted to come and support that movement.
Man, we appreciate it.
We appreciate y'all.
We definitely do.
Definitely.
You already said, all right, so you start off, how did you get into the grooming industry?
Well, me, it wasn't like a plan for me, man. I actually, hold on.
This is how we get down, y'all. All you groomers out there, you know what's going on.
Pause. Yeah, I actually was just looking for a job. It wasn't like I had this big idea to be a groomer or anything. I had different pressures in life over my head.
For sure.
Real, it's real. Yeah.
Basically, to be honest. And I had somebody that was like, she was telling me that even though I was paying my fines, I wasn't working. She was gonna violate me.
Gotcha.
So I just went and found the quickest thing, and somebody needed a baby. I went in, helped her for a couple of months, and one thing led to another. She liked how I caught on, and she put a pair of shears in my hand.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's
And just attribute all of your success to her that
Yeah.
quick.
I always shout her out on my stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
That's real.
And
I like that.
I'm the same way. So with when I started off, I started working, self-taught. But then I also worked at a grooming salon. And when I worked at this grooming salon in Stone Mountain, Patty, shout out to Patty, she taught me a lot of things. So, you know, you can only go so far, you know, by yourself. But then when you have somebody that supports you and really wants to just give you the tools to success, essentially, you know, you go farther in that. So I learned a lot of my techniques and everything from her. So it's always good to give back to those who really like supported you from the beginning.
It is.
And definitely just believed in you, believed in the dream for sure.
I love that though, Reggie. Like, I feel like your answer has been one of the most realist answers. Like, I needed a job and this happened to be one of the things available. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people's stuff is,
I never thought, until I started grooming, I never owned a dog.
Yeah.
I pretended to be a groomer for a year and a half before I even really got a dog.
Gotcha.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, definitely. And then animals just happen to be it, right?
The lady who put the shears in my hand, like 30 days after we did that, something happened to her and she had to close her shop. So
Wow.
all that, I didn't get trained by her. She actually just, you know, she planted the seed and then I went and did the rest. I went and, you know, everywhere I went, I ran into somebody who they indirectly taught me.
Gotcha.
They wasn't like holding my hand. They wasn't saying, Reggie, do it this way or that way. But if they was close enough for my eye range, they were dead. I was like,
Yeah.
You
You're
always taking
watching.
notes.
Right. You're a fast learner.
And I hear you say it all the time, like you're a sponge.
Yeah.
You know, is being a sponge around
Gotta be.
those. Yeah.
That's why I want to get under somebody like bro. I want to go watch him, get some one-on-one, somebody who can tell me what I'm doing wrong.
For sure.
Let me know I'm doing this right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe up on their products a little better or
Yeah.
tools. Like tools really matter.
Yeah.
I really learned using cheap stuff. Like I've been using the stuff you can get a whole set for $50 on Amazon.
Yeah. All of us been there. Yeah.
Right,
all of them. Walmart.
eBay.
Right. Hand-me-dams.
Auctioning for $35.
When I
Right.
walk around that ring and I see you in that ring and them people in that ring, you know what I'm seeing? I'm like, damn, that's how they doing it. I'm seeing stuff like one piece might cost $400.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
playing out there, and that's how they getting them quality finishes.
Right. Investment. That's what it is. Yep.
I'm learning, and I want to get somebody that's further along than me.
Yeah.
That's gonna like not tell me something that's gonna lead me off track.
For sure.
Because a lot of them not gonna tell you the real.
They're gonna gatekeep.
They don't want you.
Yeah.
People
Yep.
don't want you to do. Some
You
people
about
don't
to
want
come
you to do
shoot
better
past
than
them.
them.
But wait, I think you need to say that one more time.
Some people don't want you to do better.
Yeah.
better
Okay.
than them. They
Right.
try to hold you down, keep you down.
Right.
Stigma in this field.
Yes.
From being around Duke that he a confident person. He ain't worried about who doing
Boom.
what.
Yeah.
So if you come asking him something, he ain't gonna hesitate to tell you because he worried about you shooting past him or blocking what he got going.
Yeah.
He gonna eat anyway.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that's why you're an excellent teacher. You know what I mean? Because I've seen you teach before. I've seen that, you know, you've been open. Like I've taught a lot of different classes too, but in the veterinary field, and I see you be very open and transparent and say, hey, this happens, and just keep pushing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I love that.
Once
Yeah.
you give up, you lose.
You done.
Boom. Yep.
Can't beat nobody.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Is as good as he is, you know, a lot of the, people may think, you know, he's unapproachable, but
He's cool.
believe it or not,
Right, he's
ask
super
a man
cool.
a question, he gonna tell
Yeah.
you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them won't.
Yeah.
They want to know who you are, bro.
Yeah.
But
People think I'm either bougie, like I'm so glad
I mean,
we
you're
had
a little
this
bougie.
conversation.
You're a little bougie.
I am not. Though. I'm
No, I'm just saying.
I'm bougie.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. No,
I'm
and-
definitely bougie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we know.
Shut up.
No, so just transitioning into you, Duke. Like, so exactly what Reggie just said. You know, just somebody that you want to be able to learn from, and
Yeah.
you're willing to teach. And the fact that you are in the competition ring, you are getting recognized by these companies, like
Winning.
you are out here winning. And speaking of, you just got the first place.
Amen.
You know, in your
Congrats,
competition. So congratulations. No problem.
Thank you so much.
And the fact that you are that representation for those
Yeah.
in the pet care industry or in the grooming industry, and it's just like, how can I get to that level? And you being so transparent and being one that's not afraid to gatekeep information,
Yeah.
like that speaks volumes on your character, and then that speaks volumes on, you know, those willing to look up to you and aspire to be like you and things like that. And the fact that you're still going on, and it's like, okay, I want to be like this guy. So,
Right.
with all of that, I mean, just how did you get into it? Because I mean, some people don't.
Kind of
How
honestly
did we
like
get
the
into
same as Reggie. I
Yeah.
found myself like I moved to Chicago from Mississippi, and my loans denied like my last year and a half, and I found myself working 2 and 3 jobs. My third job, I landed at PetSmart, and I was seeing different dogs that I would read about as a kid. Even the magazines that I had as a child, I never saw people that looked like us.
For sure.
You know, and even just being in the ring today. From last year, from 2022 to 2023, it really shows just why representation is important.
Yeah.
It's double the
Yeah.
amount of people who looks like us.
Yes.
Not only like in the ring, but at the entire show.
Yeah.
You know?
It was amazing.
So, but back to how I get started. Yeah, just like hustling, working 2 and 3 jobs. I started seeing dogs that I would read about as a kid, and I went to bathing school under PetSmart. Came back, been grooming, and it's been up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's been since
Favor.
2014.
Yeah.
2014, so almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Almost 10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. And then just, would you have thought that you would be where you are today then?
I would not. Like, I didn't know this was actually for me until probably 2 years into grooming. I remember going to my first grooming expo 5 years after starting this career, and I met Liz, who was on the USA Groom team, and I started traveling with her team. She taught me the poodle trim. She showed me the ropes. She introduced me to this entire sport, like Reggie said, and I'm so happy.
Yeah.
So
Or somebody really took you under their wing and
Yeah.
said, let me teach you, you know, because we already know, like he said, like that's so rare, like especially in that competitive grooming. You know, it's one thing to go find somebody at a shop that's gonna be like, here, I'm gonna teach you how to do X, Y, Z. But that competitive grooming, that is a whole nother different field. And I learned that. Like I remember I used to like go to grooming shows when I was back home, not knowing anything about like competitive grooming or shows in general, dog shows in general. And I remember passing out my flyers when I first started like Paw Addicts and like, oh, we have a pet sitting and grooming company, you know, call us. And they're looking at me like, they're like, be please. Like I grew my own dogs, you know, and I didn't know like that was a thing, you know, like I thought it was like, they had somebody that groomed their dogs, but like a lot of these show people, no, they groom their own dogs. And then you have the competitive groomers that were there that was really like, this is their craft, you know? So I learned over the years, and I was like, I learned to admire like really going to these shows and how much, like you said, the hard work, $400 shears. And Wayne tried to really teach me how to cut, groom, and I was like, no.
Not safe for me.
I didn't even last one day because I was like, no, like I just like, you know, get groomers to work for me and like cheer them on, you know, and that's what I do. So it's like, yeah, you guys are like, groomers are dope and y'all need to be recognized more because it's definitely not easy. It's not an easy field to be in.
I
Yeah.
definitely agree.
Yeah.
It's a sport.
It is. It's a sport. They better recognize.
I want to elaborate on, okay, you was speaking on like, you asked both of us how we came in. We came in two different ways, right? But you see how, even though bro went through the academy and that's school, you know?
Yeah.
You see, he groomed a long time and still he had to go get under somebody because we forever learning in this.
Still
Always.
always learning.
Yes.
How you entered the fact that you continuously going to these expos and educating yourself and stuff like that, it's gonna get you better.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And recognize.
I
You know,
100%
people.
agree.
Yeah, people start to see us more often. Like the same people, because the same people are working at these trade shows.
Yes.
You know, for these companies.
For years.
And
Right.
it's like they send the same representative. They send the same people, owners, everybody, and they see us often, and they're like, "Oh, I remember you. Oh, I remember
Yeah,
you.
you were here
I know
last
who
year."
you are.
Yeah,
I follow
show
it."
up.
Right.
I
Right.
follow, yeah, our face card definitely speaks volumes.
Right.
Like,
They might like your video and didn't even watch it. They
Yeah.
know who you are.
Yeah,
You know
they
everybody-
recognize.
They see on all their friends on that post. But when you come over there to shake their hand at that expo, they can finally put the name with that face.
Absolutely.
Like the face with that name, right?
Right.
Because a lot of us, we really don't, besides social media, we never really run into these people.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
true.
We all know each other through social media. You know what I mean? Like,
To the expo.
yeah, I was gonna say I can only imagine how many people come up to y'all and it's just like, I know you, I follow you,
Yeah,
I followed your
been following
story,
you,
or,
right,
you-
right.
You know, you inspire me to do and be better. Like, how does that feel?
It feels good, like, you know, being a representation, especially like every award that I win, I kind of feel like it's opening doors for us. I kind of feel like it's a beacon to like just possibilities for literally everybody. So every win that I have, I never ever like just say like, oh yeah, like this is me. Like I get home,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Nah,
the work
yeah,
that
no
I'm
bragging,
doing,
yeah.
all of it,
Yes.
this is opening doors for everybody.
Yes, I
you
love
know?
that.
And
Yeah.
every win, like the fact that y'all like just even congratulate me and like support me, like
You're gonna see more people, more of us sharing his victory
Yeah.
than he is.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
He gonna get home, it's gonna be like 20, 30 of us already done put his stuff
Right,
So
right.
y'all know, like I promise you, y'all do not know. Like I probably have like put the big boy, you know, the muscles,
Yeah.
the face on.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I get home and I will cry.
Yeah.
You know, and just
Yeah.
soak it all in.
Definitely,
It just-
definitely.
When it
It
really
feels
hits you.
good, you know.
Right,
Yeah,
it
when
does.
really hits you.
It really does. And I felt like I had a moment like this morning, and I was sending a voice note to Wayne. Usually I bother him in the morning
It was
while
like
he's
3
grooming.
minutes.
It's 3 minutes, and I was just
3
telling
minutes
him, I was looking at the pictures and looking at all the connections we made over this
Yeah.
weekend, and I was just
It was
telling him,
beautiful, man.
I was like, we did it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we said we wanted to make a networking group that is going to be powerful enough to bring people together, and there not be no drama, and there not be no
We had a great time.
Yeah, we had a great time, and it was like over 15 people at our tables and stuff.
Yeah.
Just really sharing knowledge and not being afraid to be themselves.
We
you
really
know,
got everybody together. That was dope.
that was
That was
dope.
extremely
Yeah,
dope. Yeah.
definitely manifestation at its finest. So to see y'all really on social media like taking off, like you guys are not only opening doors for like, you know, like people of color, for all of us in the pet industry. It's like for people to recognize the pet industry, period. You know what I mean? Because it's like there's a lot of kids or even, you know what I mean, like even older adults, they don't even know we make money off of dogs. You know, like they're like, it's a thing. You make how much? You know, so it's really good to like, you know, see you guys really flourishing off of social media. Definitely.
See how people wouldn't see like that this is something people can make a career out of.
Yeah.
And you got people, the ones that's been doing it like 30, 40
Right.
years. They're
Yeah.
owning ranches and stuff.
Right,
I mean,
right. Yeah.
You know, I just don't think a lot of it is televised.
It's not. Yeah,
So,
it's always
like,
been hush hush.
hidden.
Yeah, for years.
So like, I feel like if, you know, cause, you know, Groom this weekend, if it was televised on some TV network or something like that, then more
I feel
people
like
would
it
see
should
it.
be.
It should be.
Like the fact that so many people, just so many people like of color was in the ring, you know, that should be televised. That should be there should be some type of recognition, because it's like at that point, then it goes to show other generations and other people like, hey, we're out here, we're doing this.
Right.
This is not just a one-sided type
They probably
of
do.
field. You know what I mean? And then going back to what Reggie said about you being in the ring, like I share a victory in that.
Yeah.
Because not only was I there, you know, I was there first time with the puppy, open ranking. And the fact that I shared the ring with you, like that made me feel good. Like that made me feel like, okay, this is dope. And then I look up and I look around and I see more people of color in the ring. And I'm like, yo, we are actually doing this.
Yeah.
Like what, 6 of us?
We are doing this.
I saw
year,
it.
I remember last year, I was the only one in freestyle, and Muriel was the only one in poodle.
Wow. So this year was like a lot of us.
This year in freestyle, it was like 6 or 7 of us.
Yes. I was loving it. I was loving it. I was.
crazy.
Yes. I was loving it.
They was like, you know, you registered for an open competition. And I was like, what does that mean? I said, what does that mean? I asked her, I was like, what does that mean? She was like, you know, you're going against like more seasoned groomers and people who have been doing it with more experience and stuff. And it's like, all right, do you want to go to, you know, just starting out? Do you want to go to intermediate or entry? I was like, no. Like I'm honestly, I'm just happy to be here. So I'm just gonna groom my dog, and wherever I place, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just more so just the experience,
Definitely.
of it, and just being
Be in
able
the
to
room.
say like, okay, I did it.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of what ifs, especially in the, you know, being an entrepreneur. A lot of people are scared because it's like, do I do this? What if I don't do this? What if I don't succeed? What are people going to say? What are, you know, people going to think of me? What are my peers going to think? What is family going to think? What are people going to say when I get done? Things like that. And at that point, you just have to shut it all out.
At the end of the day, you have to literally block all that out.
Yeah.
Block it out. I always tell people to go in for the experience. Even after the groom, without placing, you can always get your critiques and apply your critiques to your
Exactly
groom.
what it is.
Doing that. And honestly, bro, where you ended up competing at, it determined like the level of critiquer. Bro, you had one of the best people.
Oh yeah, shout out to Jody.
Yeah.
Jody Murphy.
Yeah, Jody Murphy. Shout out to Jody. Shout out. No, I went to her right.
You could possibly have.
I went to her table right after that, and I had left on Friday, and then I went to her table on Saturday, and I was just sitting there talking to her for like a good 10 minutes, and just like, all right, what can I do, you know, to be better at this? And she was just telling me every little step that I did, and I was like, okay, this is dope, you know. And I'm like, all right, next time I got this.
And it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Isn't it so fun?
Yeah.
It's like
it's
drugs.
so lit.
Now. It's like, yo, now I want to do it again. You know, now I want to, you know, I just want to be there. And it's like, you know, no matter what happens, you know, I don't, because, and a lot of people were asking me, they were like, you know, are you going to win? Like, you know, stuff like that. Like, we're rooting for you. I appreciate all this, you know, support and everything.
give it my
but
all, that's
yeah, that's it.
Right. And of course we want to win, but if not, like overall, I'm
there.
thankful.
Yeah.
To be here.
The fact that you guys did it and signed up, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many people that they won't even do, they take that first
At this
step.
point,
Absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
so hard to get and make registration. To get in the ring is a win.
Yeah.
You already got some people that like mad they ain't where you was at.
Yeah.
Like wanted that spot. So just count that as a blessing to get in the ring now.
Man, I say all three of us are gonna be next year, man.
Oh, okay. I'm going in this year. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna miss, I'm
that's real.
going in
Yeah.
somewhere
Yes.
this year.
For sure.
More than once.
Absolutely.
I'm going to put it in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Existence.
I see you,
Speak it
man.
into existence, definitely. Manifestation at its finest, yo, definitely.
I mean, as influential as like literally all of us, because you're showing, you know, young women that they can be out here and have a successful business and have different locations all around the world, and you know, just be able to utilize your resources and you know everything that you've learned just to be able to provide a better future for you and your children.
Definitely,
you know,
yeah.
and then for y'all, like we're all showing black men out here that we can do it. Like I feel like that is such a, it's not a heavy burden, but it's something that we don't carry lightly.
Yeah.
You know, and
It's a lot of responsibility.
It
They're
is.
looking at you guys.
Do y'all feel like the weight of that kind of hold you back in any way? Like,
No,
do you,
I don't.
I love it.
It's simple.
I love it. I love it. I love that
Because,
you.
like the only thing that you can honestly do is just like try your best and be yourself. You know.
Yeah.
Put your best foot forward, moving forward. No matter the curveballs that's thrown at you, no matter the odds that's against you, bet on yourself. Like don't give up on yourself. And that's just that. You know?
Definitely.
Because it's a lot on us. We have to really gain the respect and the trust from people.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I know, like, you know, with your story, Reggie, I know it wasn't easy. You know, it wasn't easy starting off.
Came from a deficit. Period. I mean, it started at home. I mean, my mom wasn't, you know, in the best community, but I grew up in a rough area in South Florida. So even though as a child I was gifted, I mean, I even went to college on the full ride, played football, and you know, I had some gifts.
I remember you were telling me that. Yeah.
Full ride to go to University in Kansas, and I was already thugging by then. Messed that up. Ended up going to a junior college. But I was so good, I ended up going back to the university. I was great. By my senior year, I was already like a full-on dope boy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
While I was on full ride scholarship playing football, and right after my last game, one of my teammates wore wire on us, and I went to prison, bro.
Yeah.
Dang.
In Iowa. So that shit just led me to like a downward spiral.
For
sure.
I stopped really caring, really, and just became full time that.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
did for about 15,
Definitely.
16 years, and 2018, that's when I had that PO step in.
For
Yeah.
See, if I keep on getting these people, these groomers, these people who I went through credit, I gotta start getting her a little more credit.
Yeah.
I had somebody like held me accountable.
Yeah, that's so
That was
important.
my
It is.
That was
Yeah.
my person right there. As soon as she came around, she was like, you know, just sit on my clock. Like,
Yeah.
And you didn't give up on yourself either.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I love that you are like, you know, like showcasing like how she helped you.
Yeah.
But you didn't give up on yourself.
Yes, definitely. I just love how both of you guys like are, you know, so see the thing about me and social media and influencers is like I've been around that kind of world for a while, right? My sister has almost 500,000 followers. She's worked with celebrities, the whole nine, right? And we live in Atlanta, so it's like that celebrities and influencers is just a part of what the city is, right? And I see a lot of fake stuff, you know, a lot. You know, a lot of people that come on social media and try to act like there's something, and then you meet them in person, I'm like, and I'd be so disappointed because I'm like, dang, it's not giving the same energy, right? So it's like when I met both of you guys in person, I met when you came and did the class here, and then I met, I think the same time. Actually, I met both of you guys at the same time. So Yeah, I remember because I saw your band.
And I was in. And I was in Maryland.
Yeah, he was in Maryland. Yeah.
Look, and then that even goes to show like just the trust. I only met him one time.
Yes.
That was
You
it.
see how everything, just not to cut you off.
Yeah.
You see how stuff just went full circle.
Yeah, divine alignment.
Like at this place before, right?
Yeah.
Just wasn't in the building.
Exactly.
And
That's
now
why I
we're
was saying,
here.
like, you guys both were so genuinely who you were in real life.
Yeah.
You know, like, no, like,
Putting out.
yeah, you guys weren't
Y'all
faking,
ran
y'all were
it.
raw, y'all were like uncut, and I love that because I feel like the most successful people to me that I see success, I've seen a lot of different successful people, but the most realist successful people on social media are the raw and uncut ones. Like Cardi B, for example.
Yeah.
She's been uncut from day one. She's probably refined a little bit since then, you know what I mean? But she's always gonna be who she is. And I admire that. 'Cause she came from nothing. Right. She came from nothing to see her on that like pedestal. That's a lot of inspiration for so many women. You know, especially girls that came from that, you know, sex industry and the whole nine, adult entertainment industry, you know what I mean? They came from the hood or whatever it is. So it's like to hear your story and then to hear your story, both of you guys were in a place of like need when you came into this industry. And I was too. And Wayne was too. You know, like that's similar to our stories. We were in the veterinary clinic ready to get out.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do next.
I was done. I was tired of making $10 an hour and working 14-hour shifts for corporate America.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was tired.
Stretching $20 for 2 weeks.
Who are you telling?
Listen, hot dogs to eat for lunch.
Right, for real.
Jelly
Right.
Yeah.
In that route, though, it's a lot of people I've had a conversation with along the way that started. They had dreams. They was actually in school to be a vet tech and became groomers.
Right. Yeah.
Like and damn good groomers.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of different stories like that.
I will say having a vet tech background definitely does make it a little better. Not better in a sense like better than, but like
It's a
things that things that I can see, or you know, things that I can teach other people, like hey, this is what to look out for, this is, you know, and teach pet
Behavior.
parents and stuff like that.
like behavior and you know, medical
Nutrition, and like
It's
the medical
all that-
side.
that-
Right.
That matters too in grooming.
Yeah.
Definitely, 'cause
Client
it's
education
stuff that you
is
gotta
important.
see, that you can see a dog may be able about to go through an episode that the average eye may not catch. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
might
Certain
catch the
ticks,
tongue
yeah.
going blue,
Right.
stuff that y'all gonna see
Right.
because y'all been trained in that field before y'all ever started.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it
Yeah.
definitely gives you an advantage.
Definitely.
Like that part of grooming, handling,
Dog behavior.
things that
Yep.
people don't really consider, like when they first want to come into this field.
For sure.
Yeah.
They only see the before
And the after.
And after, right. Nothing in between that we go through.
His secret,
Right.
his secret weapon they ain't gonna never see.
Yeah.
Because his secret weapon is in the prep.
Right.
Like the work you do before you even turn your stuff on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what they ain't gonna see.
Yeah. You definitely.
And that's why people think like, oh,
Think
y'all are just, it's so
They
easy.
jump on,
like,
they jump
it's
on
not.
their
Right.
dog, and the dog come back looking like a whole rat.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we make it look easy, but they not giving us credit for our gift.
No.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And change that narrative
We
as
can't.
professionals.
The only thing that changed that throughout history is they go in there and they mess their own dog up and see that what we do really ain't that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
a lot of
basically-
Go in there
So
and touch
basically-
the hot stove
yeah.
after they been
Right, exactly. Right. Exactly.
So basically, let all the pet parents kind of
Yeah.
give them clippers and be like,
You gonna
hey,
pray for the
cut
dog,
your own
though.
dog
Right.
first.
All dogs, they
Yeah.
gotta go through that one little bad episode, but they gonna have to have that episode before they really know that what
Yeah.
we doing.
Right.
Or just like when pet parents think that they can brush out their severely matty dogs and
Yeah.
say they can.
Oh,
do
I
it
love that
themselves.
one.
But bring
That's
the
my
dog
favorite
back in
ones.
3 days.
Yeah, yeah, or
Right
cut
here,
their
do-
dog's nails, and I'm like, good luck. Call me when he bites you.
Right,
Like
have fun
straight
with
up,
that.
like because I know it's gonna happen. He tries to bite me every time I do it. You know what I mean? Like, So it's funny. I think really too, like you said, client education. That's the biggest thing, and that goes back to so many different aspects of the pet industry. Like all of us have to do that, and all of us have to be accountable for it, because we can definitely get in our modes where we're just like, okay, this is a job, I'm cutting it, okay, bye. You know what I mean? Like especially if we have a rough day, you know.
I like what you just said, parents and the clients.
Yeah.
That's the difference between me and bro. If you look at his following, right, most of his following gonna be people that want to learn how to groom.
Yeah.
Yeah. My following is gonna be more people who own pets.
Yeah, pet parents.
Because I'm doing dogs that look like they dogs.
Yeah, look like look like the dogs they don't want to deal with. That's true. You guys are like two extremes. Duke is doing like the perfectly shaped poodle that's in like on a 4 to 6 week schedule.
The picture I get
right.
is a groom that he just did. I want my dog to look like
right.
the dog they framed. You could never
You cursing him out in the trunk, like right.
All right, we're gonna shave that. We're gonna shave down, bring it back every 4 weeks, and then we're gonna work our way up to that.
Right.
It'll take you some months before you can get your dog.
Exactly. Right. The Duke and the owners are bringing like Beyonce to you. Like, can you make my dog look like this? The Maddie dog. Can you make him look like this? Right. That's facts.
It's crazy because like I'll sit there and straight face a pet parent and be like, "Are you serious?"
And listen to the whole.
Me too. I'm horrible with it.
You bring me this dog and you want me to make this? You want me to look like this? Nah, I feel that. It's been a journey for all of us, man.
It has.
It has been a journey for all of us, and I'm grateful to just be in this space, because so having a vet tech background, all I saw was be a veterinarian, you know, until I became a vet tech, and then it was like, okay, I enjoy being a vet tech a lot more. Then the struggles of being a vet tech turned me into wanting to be a pet care, you know, on the pet care side rather than the medical side. So pet sitting, grooming, training, dog walking, that's where my focus went. And then now it's like, I've been so welcomed by the grooming industry and the fact that I see more of us like really doing things and out here and, you know, making names for ourselves. And it's like, okay, I feel like now I've hit the purpose of where I needed to be, because I wasn't doing so much more on the vet tech side. Like, granted, I was still teaching pet parents. I was, you know, I was a hospital manager. I was running, you know, had my staff and everything like that. But now that I'm in the grooming industry and we're having these conversations and I'm able to go to expos and I'm able to, you know, meet influential people and, you know, just do the things that we're doing on a daily basis, like that makes it all worth it and make the journey worth it. Because it's like, yo, people know, you know, you can walk into these places and people know who you are. You know, so that speaks volumes and
finding your space.
Trusting the journey.
Spot in the industry, definitely. It's important, you know, because I struggled for a long time too, coming from a vet tech background and just being like, oh, same thing. I want to be a veterinarian. You know, became a vet tech, and then I was just like, you know, I told you, I'm very like motivated by success, you know what I mean, and money, because at the end of the day, like, I'm an entrepreneur, you know, so I always have been, even when I was in that space of working for someone else. So seeing that, and I was just like, we do so much, and we're getting pennies on the dollar, you know. So when I decided to become like an entrepreneur and really decided to step into more of like the pet sitting space, you know, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I can do this. And then also, like, you know, my main thing is like women, you know, like help moms, you know, like help single women that might not know where to go, or it ended up being a lot of similar to my story of like, okay, I was in this situation with this guy and now I'm here and I don't have any money, but I love dogs, so maybe I can make money with you, you know? So I learned that my space in the industry is to bring others into the fold and show them like, oh, okay, these animals, like, yeah, these animals are great. We can definitely like help you do what you love, but let's take care of them the right way. Let's educate our pet parents on how to really do it. You know what I mean? And do it like efficiently. because that's the biggest thing. And I think that's where my growth has come, because it's like, okay, I don't want to just do it in one space. Let's expand. Let's do it over here and do it over here. And let's shine light and let's educate even other people that want to have successful businesses, like go to the next level. And I think sometimes in our space, a lot of us think that we have to be soloed. It's like we have a staff and a team, like especially us, people that look like us, we can take over the world for real. Yeah.
That's mostly people who worried about other people like not needing them.
Right.
And most successful places, that's what they got. They got a team.
A team. Nothing harder than your team.
You can do a lot. You trust in your own hands. But like if you build something and you got it running like a machine.
Yeah.
I promise you can do more.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And you can use your head more while your hand you got hands. Going for
People that are helping you, definitely. So it's lit.
And a lot of what I go back and forth with my old coach was figuring out a way to work on the business rather than in the business all the time. And that's where, you got to be able to trust people in order to do that, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Train them right.
People, you got to train.
You got to train them right.
Yeah.
I always tell people, take 2 weeks out of your time. It's gonna you feel like it's gonna cost you a lot, but in the long run, you take those 2 weeks and train this other, girl or boy or whoever it is that wants to be your intern and be underneath you, like what you know. And especially if it's like a newbie, those are my favorites. Like the newbies, like they're just like, they want to learn so bad. And it's like, oh yeah, I can train you exactly how I want to train you. Like that could be like a real protege for you, and it could help you so much in your business to grow to like so much more, for real, it really can.
So both of you, and I know this just because I know you, take networking extremely serious.
Yeah.
And yeah, and
Ain't doing it is critical.
Right.
to the success of your business, right?
Right.
You're not. Yes, indeed.
How have both of you really taken it that serious? Like how do you set yourself up to network with the right people and be around the right people?
It's still very hard for me because I do struggle with social anxiety, but I still somehow get it done. Honestly, like God has honestly kind of like just placed me in the right rooms at the right time, and He's made it just easy in those moments for me to communicate, and it's honestly unexplainable.
Gotcha. So just working in your purpose,
Yeah.
just open those doors for you.
I'm gonna give you something, and this can go for him and you, her as well, me as well. One thing we got going for ourselves, because all of us got a decent following. We got a nice following. All of us, we got people that really love what we do. We inspire people. All of us bring something different to the table, but it's a group of people out there that's for us. We found in our own way. Okay, like the one thing that she said that helps you on social media, and that's what I studied before I chose my lane, is being raw and genuine and being just yourself. Okay, a lot of people come out there with acts, or they already have a plan of what they're gonna do. We just came out and just gave people what we were, you know what I mean? And
Just let it flow.
Let it flow. For sure. Genuine people, likable people, they really don't have to do nothing but just be honest and have some integrity.
Be themselves.
Step out there, and they ain't got to do nothing.
And I guess that's like also what I meant by what I just said. Like
You ain't
just
got-
literally
even
just
though
being
you-
in the room at the right time and just being myself.
Even though you're an introvert and you not like trying to draw them in,
Right.
what you bring into the table and how you present it, it's gonna do that regardless.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely.
gonna just do the work for you.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
And most pet people, most pet people are introverts. That's normal. Like majority of us have anxiety, depression, like because animals are therapy. You know what I mean? So majority of us have that. We just kind of like, kind of force ourselves to talk to the people. You know what I mean? Because we be like, you know, like, I don't know, I gotta talk to them, but I'm like, oh wait, you're the one that pays me. Hey, how you doing? You know, yeah. So I totally agree. You know, like I think it's one of those things you just kind of have to like force. But that's why I like being with pet people, like people like y'all. I'd be like, hi, hi, what's up?
Earlier about how he be feeling when he trying to get out the ring after the win, right?
Yeah.
And most of the people that's doing that, that's out there competing or that's in the industry right now, that's what the same thing they had to go through. They got forced, their gift made them have to talk. Like, you're not going to be able to walk by them people and tear everybody up.
Right.
Imagine him winning first place and then just put on his coat and go.
Just walk out and just dip. They're like, what did he do go?
National championship that
Right.
on ESPN with the backdrop after the game with the
They want to talk to you, definitely.
You got to go tell them people how it feels.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
Success forces us to be uncomfortable.
It does. It does.
Most of them got forced to like, I ain't gonna say they not introverts now, but it bought them out of that box.
Oh, yeah.
Gift bought them out. It gonna force you out.
Definitely.
And with time, I think you also get like
get
even
comfy.
more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I
It's
mean,
gonna be happening so much. Keep
and then
winning.
the more people that you speak to, you kind of realize that we're all talking about the same thing.
We are.
You know,
Yeah.
and
We
the more
are.
you have this conversation, the more natural it becomes.
Right.
And you be more confident in your answers and who you speak to and how you speak to them. And it's like, oh, we had this conversation with somebody else. Is it maybe in a different form?
Right.
But we've had this conversation.
Right.
If you tell the truth, your answer's gonna be the same.
Yep.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah.
But
Like,
always know
It's
what.
harder to keep up with them lies.
Yeah,
right.
This is true. Absolutely.
You can tell when somebody's not telling the truth. We be like, wait a minute.
This ain't adding up.
Or you be like, how long you been doing this? And that's the question. Like, you just started. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, no, come here.
Know how to
Right.
negotiate.
Right,
Like that's
right.
definitely an art within this. More you succeed because you got to know how to speak. You got to know how to negotiate your worth. Honestly, and that sucks having to negotiate your worth. But it's like you have to get other people to know your value because they're gonna undercut you 9 times out of 10.
Always.
But the more you stand up for yourself and the more you have confidence in your abilities and, you know, like, I'm shit. Like, I've been doing this. You know what I
Facts.
mean? Like, I do this.
For real.
You know, the fact that I have 6-figure people following me, or I have, you know, all of these people trying to, you know, get me in their DMs or, you know, get me to represent their companies and all of this stuff, like, that is a pat on the back. That should already boost your confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
That's your work speaking for you.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, even if you can have a million views or you can have 20 views, bro, you don't know who behind that other end.
Never know who's
Just
watching.
keep going.
You don't know.
keep
You
posting.
never know.
Never know
in the
who's
room.
watching.
I don't
Right.
like to name drop. I'm gonna use a groomer for example that's been on TV on a whole show that ain't even got a social media following. Pooch Perfect, Tierra. Tierra don't be on Facebook like I mean none of the social media is like us, right?
Yeah. Is she in Chicago?
Yeah, she in
Like
Chicago.
outside
She ate with us at the
Yeah, on the rooftop. Okay,
So
yeah.
for example, she been on Pooch Perfect on ABC. You know that like thousands of people put in, like thousands of groomers put in when they brought up that they were gonna do that show. Some in our circle. She don't even know how her name got in the bag, right? And she don't be on social media like that, but somebody seen the few posts she do be posting. Somebody was behind one of them
Somebody was
posts
watching her.
that put her name in there.
They always
Yeah,
watch.
people
they're
believe.
always
That's why
watching.
you have to be critical of also like what you post.
Yeah.
Like, how you present yourself
Yeah.
on social media. Yes, like be yourself,
Yeah,
but be aware.
definitely. And then as an influencer, you always have to remember, like, it's a responsibility.
Yep.
So there's people that, I mean, so to say, idolize you. You know what I'm saying? So if you say, move over here, they're going to do it, you know? So you got to definitely be careful on what you say and how you say it, and you know what I mean? And if you make a mistake, you know, I'd be like, man up to it and be like, dang, y'all, so all right, cool. You know what I mean? I'm doing this for y'all because I love y'all, you know? So I think that's the thing.
That's why all of us are doing well at this point, because the people that's willing to because I know all of us about to start getting sponsorships and people are asking us, you know.
Yeah, it's already happening.
Repping their products,
Yeah.
different things like that, right? They didn't just pop up out of nowhere. They've been watching.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, now they see why everybody else like you and stuff like that. And bringing yourself in the flesh to these expos is the way to make it like
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely. Because they get to see your personality in person, you know, definitely.
They're gonna leave from. They're gonna try. Most of them gonna try to leave from IG and Facebook. I mean, and TikTok to get to your Facebook to see the real you, because over there that's your real name.
Yeah.
And then that's why I said keep
Yes.
coming to the expos, because once they see you in person, then they're gonna be like, I know who you are.
Yeah.
You know, and then at that point they get to see that face-to-face interaction and be like, okay, this is the same person that I see on Instagram.
Yeah.
Same person
Yeah.
I see on TikTok.
Yeah, there was a girl that came up to me and said they're well, I don't think I was with you. I think I was with Ro, but she came up to me and she was just like, yeah, I watched this podcast. It's called Pet Lana, and but I don't think she knew it was me because you know I be changing up my hair and stuff. So she was like, yeah, and the dude from Happy Hearts in Atlanta, and I was like, oh yeah, I was like Wayne, and she was like, yeah. And then she looked at me and she like looked at my name tag and she's like, oh, you're Lita. And I'm like, yeah, I'm Lita. I was like, I'm the other girl that's like in the video with him. She's like, oh yeah, I watched your guys' episode. It was good. So I was like, you just never know, you know, like the
People are watching.
little people that are watching
just
and
keep
trying
posting.
to, yeah, and post it. I always be like, post that shit.
Yeah,
you
just
know,
keep
like
posting,
who cares? It don't have to
keep
be
showing
perfect.
up, keep being consistent, and just never stop learning. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's
Never
the biggest
stop.
thing.
Yeah, never stop.
Humility goes a long way.
It does, because both of y'all are so humble right now.
Yeah, no,
they
for
be,
real.
they be like, yeah,
For real.
so I do. He's like, yeah, I am the like a community influencer, and I'm just like, you know, a teacher. I'm like, what?
No, because I want y'all to flex.
I'm like,
You
both
know
of
how
y'all are
many
way
people-
more than that.
You know how many people are inspired by you?
Yes.
You inspire so many people.
Thousands.
So many people.
Every day.
And then the fact that you can just sit here and say, oh yeah, one of the things that I want.
Right.
You know? Like, no, flex it. I want this, I want this, I want this. And the fact that y'all, like, it's just like,
I seen people.
It's humble. It's humbling.
So many people.
Yeah.
I was live and y'all was on saying, I wish my dogs would look that good.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's an inspiration. You know, you're an inspiration.
For sure.
You're an inspiration. You're an inspiration.
You are
Ditto.
an inspiration.
Same.
So even if that's not something that we want to give ourselves as a title,
You're right.
that's something we do every day we wake up.
Yeah.
sure.
Every
Yeah.
time we
Definitely.
move, every time we decide to go compete, every time we drop a piece of content,
Yeah.
it's somebody holding on to them.
Yeah, waiting.
Yeah,
They're
for sure.
waiting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
Looking forward to it.
I appreciate y'all being here, man.
Yeah, thank you guys
Thank you for
so
having us on.
much.
No
Yes,
problem.
for coming.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
y'all
We
definitely
are.
fam.
The way y'all
Fam for
just set
life.
it up, I'm gonna have to start frequenting Atlanta. Like,
Yeah.
Well, you already know.
gotta
we
come
set
out
the,
here,
we set the
man.
bar, baby.
You gotta definitely come out here.
Look, that's what Brian said too. He was like, "Oh no, y'all Atlanta people." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you know, we don't no, go big or go home. That's how we do things here."
And I will say, everybody that I have networked with out here, and granted, that's just everybody that I've networked with out here. They're so open to learning and teaching,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just being
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm not going to view you as competition, but I'm going to view you as like somebody who we all can help each other.
Right.
Get up.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's already hard for us to get to some of these places where
Yeah.
our counterparts have gotten to, and the fact that a lot of people are willing to take us under their wing and teach us, and we're willing to do the same thing for the next person and just continue to educate and inspire and encourage, like that is huge. We're definitely making a movement here, and I want to say I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate
Okay.
y'all.
Put this out here while
Yeah.
we on the show before we end. I think that before this year end, I think this spot right here needs to have 2 webinars, seminars, at
Yeah.
least one on social media,
Yeah.
and another
We just talked about this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for
Last
grooming.
month?
Oh yeah, we did.
We talked about this last
We
month.
did. We
Yeah.
actually, we absolutely
We
did.
were supposed to have done one before this past
We
weekend.
were supposed to do it this weekend. Oh, it's been a lot. It was a lot going on.
Right,
So it's all
right.
good. We'll just have to plan that day.
Yeah.
We'll plan today. We're gonna keep in touch. We're gonna
You
plan.
put it into existence already,
We can
Reggie.
make
It's
Actually,
happening.
We could make a weekend out of it.
We could.
And do one on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'm
That'll be
sure
dope.
that,
Yeah. We make a
with,
weekend out of it.
with, you know, the people that's, you know, been following us, we can
Okay.
do some giveaways. And
Yeah.
get
Oh,
more
yeah.
people
Yeah.
attracted, you know.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah, we'll make it poppin'. Like, I mean, I think it's something that I think all of us have been talking about, you know, and part of the reason why we started Petlanta is because we wanted to create a space where we could help educate each other and support each other, because we get how sometimes you could feel very alone in this industry, you know? So we definitely wanted to just connect people all around, you know?
For sure.
All around.
Keep
Well,
it growing.
we will.
Yes.
We will. You as well. Well, tell the world where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on my social media platforms. On TikTok, that's my main one. It's just Reggie Scissorhand. But on IG, Reggie _Scissorhand _grooms. And Facebook, just my regular name, Reginald Moore.
Gotcha.
Okay.
We got you.
And
You
you?
guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Duke the Groomer.
For sure.
All right.
Well, welcome. I mean, welcome.
Well, I'm like, okay, no more wine for
Thank
him.
you for.
Thank you guys for
yes.
another episode of Petlanta Podcast. Thank you, Reggie, and thank you, Reggie and Duke, for being here with us.
Welcome.
Remember, if you guys are in the Atlanta area and you guys want to connect with us, please reach out to Petlanta Podcasts at.
For sure. Petlanta Pet Pros on Instagram and then petlanta.org.
All right, thank you guys.
And Petlanta Pet Pros on TikTok.
Yes, and TikTok too.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, thank you guys. Have a possum day.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.